Here is the fastest way to grow 10,000 followers with Instagram theme pages. And this isn't going to be one of those flashy videos with all the fancy edits or anything like that. It's going to be raw. It's going to be straight to the point. That way you guys can see the exact process, take it, and then implement it for yourself to grow that 10K followers and continue scaling from there. All right. And I have to say this about myself real quick, or else no one's going to listen to me or take this seriously, just how the human brain works. So for those who don't know me yet, my name is Pasha. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur from California, and I've been building, monetizing, and automating Instagram theme pages for the past few years now. I've grown multiple of my own pages, over hundreds of thousands of followers. I've helped nearly 100 people from all around the world turn their Instagram theme pages into income generating assets. And I've generated over 6 figures myself with Instagram theme page monetization strategies. All right. So I know what I'm talking about. And this is a process that I've used to scale multiple of my own pages as well as my client pages, past 10,000 followers, past hundreds of thousands of followers even. And I'm going to go over the exact process. That way you could see it for yourself and essentially just copy it. All right. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right. So the first step of the process here is to pick your niche. Before you could do anything else, you need to have a niche. So how do you actually properly pick your niche? Let's go over it right now. So for those who maybe don't even know what a niche is, it's simply a group of people who have certain things in common and have similar interests. All right. And it's essentially going to be what your whole page revolves around, what you're going to build your brand around, and it's going to determine the type of content that you're going to be posting for this group of people. All right. So here's a little framework that you could follow when it comes to actually finding and picking your perfect niche. It's essentially going to be the intersection between your passions, your skills, and your money-making potential. All right. These top two here are essentially going to ensure that it's something that you have intrinsic interest in, and it's something that you actually somewhat care about, because if you do, first off, it's going to be a lot easier to stay motivated and actually enjoy the process of building your own brand since it's something that you actually care about. And it's going to help creating content that actually resonates with your niche, right? Because if you're interested in it, if you already have some knowledge about it, have some skills in it, then you're going to be able to provide more value into that niche through your content compared to someone who has no idea about it. All right. And then this bottom part of the equation here is the money-making potential. This is obviously probably the most important part here, because yes, you could build a page around like typewriters if you want, if you're passionate about it and you have skills in it, but is that going to make you money? Most likely not. So you need to make sure that the niche that you're going into actually has money-making potential. It's attracting a high-quality audience, and an audience that, let's say, is from the US. That would be ideal. First world countries, US, Canada, UK, Australia, attracting that type of audience. And that way it's just going to make your page a lot easier to monetize later down the line. All right. So let me just show you some examples of niches here real quick. So this is also my personal brand on Instagram. If you guys want to take a look for yourself, I post some pretty cool stuff on there. But aside from that, here is an example of one page, and this is in the motivation/faith niche. So really all he does is post simple videos of preachers or pastors giving like a lecture or something, and he has some simple captions coming up on the screen. Very, very simple content style, and that is this guy's niche. It's like motivation, faith-based, religion-based mindset motivation, right? And then here's another niche. This is a AI niche. So if you guys take a look at the content here, this is AI-generated images or videos probably. Let's see, yeah. It just transitioned to different pictures. There's some zoom in, some edits, and there's some captions that come up on the screen. Very, very simple. It's an AI niche. Then also, here's one in the also faith-based, religious-based niche. Posts very simple quotes. It doesn't get more simple than this. And then one more example here. This is in the neuroscience niche. So this guy simply just takes clips of neuroscientists, psychologists, philosophers, whatever you want to call it, talking about neuroscience and talking about things that benefits people who are interested in neuroscience. Okay. So here are examples of some decent niches that you could start getting inspiration from or ideas from. But at the end of the day, as long as it fits into this equation right here, which aligns with your passions, your skills, and has money-making potential, then that's how you know you found the perfect niche for you. All right. So that is step number one, pick your niche. And once you have your niche, the next step here is to post content within that niche. So how do you actually post the content? So you're going to simply remodel proven styles. All right. This is a huge concept on Instagram. Don't reinvent the wheel. All right. Especially if you're a beginner, you shouldn't be coming on Instagram and like shooting in the dark, right? Where you're trying to like create your own unique content style. Because in reality, you're just not going to know what you're doing, and you're just going to waste time trialing and erroring, trying to figure stuff out yourself, when all you have to do is simply remodel proven to work content styles already. All right. You could simply look on Instagram. You'll be able to find patterns of different sort of content styles and see what's already working for other people. That way you could remodel it. And when I say remodel, I don't mean directly copy, but get inspiration from it, put your own unique spin on it. And that way you're working off of a concept or a content style that's already proven to work. And that means if you do it properly, it's going to work for you as well, right? Since it's already proven to get results and perform well, right? So that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to pick your niche, and then you're going to simply post content within that niche. And you can make these videos very, very easily. I suggest using CapCut. It's very beginner friendly, beginner friendly user interface. And yeah, you could get started for free. I believe there's a paid version that helps a lot, which is very cheap as well. But yeah, you guys can see the content is very, very simple. Like, for example, it's like a little background video with a quote on it. Probably takes like 3 minutes to make. This one is just like a clip of a podcaster guy. Some captions come up on the screen, and there's like the little watermark here on the screen. And then, yeah, same with this one, little captions, little watermark. This one has like a cropped format here. And it's simply captions come up on the screen as the person saying it. Very, very easy to learn. Just look up a couple YouTube videos, and I'm sure you'll be off to the races. It's not difficult whatsoever. And honestly, it's never been easier to create high quality content on Instagram. All right, so you're simply going to want to remodel proven styles. So when I say proven styles, what you guys can do is simply just go ahead and do some research, right? Once you have your niche, look at other pages within your niche and see what content styles are working well for them, right? So for example, this content style would be labeled maybe as like subtitle reels, right? Where subtitles come up as the person speaking, right? And then if it makes it a lot easier to find ideas and to find other pages to get inspiration from. If you simply just go into like their following, you're going to be able, this is called 1 degree of separation. You're going to be able to find other pages within the niche that you could also get inspiration from. So the page we were just looking at is a student of mine. This guy's also a student of mine. And yeah, simply come up, and then you're going to be able to see the content that he's posting, see what's working well. And this is going to give you some of those proven styles that you could get inspiration from and implement for yourself, right? And you could go ahead and do that for all these pages. Just go into their following, see which pages they're following that are actually performing well, and work off of a proven content style that's already performed well for someone else, right? And again, don't directly copy. Don't place everything in the exact same spot and use the same exact font. Just put your own unique spin on it, and you'll be good to go. All right. And if you also want to take this to the next level, even something that you could do is, I don't know, for example, if you want to check to see if a page is actually performing really well, obviously you could just take a look at the reels and see the views. And if it's good views, you could be like, okay, you know, this is a proven content style that performs well. But also you could just copy their username here, go to a website called socialblade.com. It's a free website, and it allows you to sort of look at some cool data. So let's just type in this name here, click search. And it's just going to tell you the engagement rate here, the followers, following, media count. This is the common stuff. But most importantly, it's going to show you how many followers they're gaining on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis. All right. It's also going to show you how many times they are posting per day. So that's pretty cool as well. Could give you some valuable insight and see sort of what they're doing. But at the end of the day, you want to be getting inspiration and working off of content styles of pages like this that are growing at 130,000 followers over like the last month. That's pretty crazy growth. And that way, it's already a proven to work content style. Simply just make similar videos like that, but for your niche, and you'll be good to go. All right. So that is the next step there, to simply remodel proven styles of content in your niche. Okay. And once you do that, after you start posting for a certain period of time, whether it's a couple weeks or a month, you're going to want to stay consistent, post high quality content consistently. This is really important for growth. But most importantly, if you want to grow fast, as in the name of this video, how to grow your 10K followers fast, the fastest way, what you're going to want to do is analyze your data. So how do you analyze your data? Simply look at your highest performing content and identify why they performed well. All right. This is really, really important. Why they performed well. Because this is Instagram in real time telling you what your followers, what your viewers want to see, what type of content Instagram is going to push out further and further. And you want to take this data very seriously because it's important. And if you analyze it, break it down, and dissect it the right way, it's going to help you in the long run. And I'm about to get into that. All right. So here are a few videos on one of my pages over the past week or two, I believe. So here are some that I've gotten over 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 views. So what you're going to want to do is like take these high performing videos, and you're going to want to analyze them and identify why they performed well. And here's exactly how you can do this. So you're going to want to ask yourself these questions. So first off, what's the hook in the first 3 seconds? All right, this is a really, really important concept on Instagram. You need to hook the viewers out of their zombie-like scroll state to get them to actually watch your video, because watch time is very important for the algorithm. And then also, what emotion does the video trigger? Does it trigger a happy emotion? Is it deep? Is it sad? Is it emotional? Try and figure out what emotion the video triggered, because if you take a look at the most viral videos on Instagram, it always triggers some sort of emotion, right? Because it's powerful. And also look at what theme or message does it deliver, who is featured, what do they represent, like, who's the person speaking in the video, what category do they fall under, are they an athlete, are they a preacher, are they a rapper, are they a celebrity? Try to categorize and label who the person is and what category they fall under. Is the pacing of the piece of content fast or slow? What music or sound is used? What are the most common comment reactions? See what people are commenting, see what people are engaging with, and see if there's a story, twist, or a key lesson. What makes the piece of content taggable, shareable, or savable? You're just going to want to ask yourself all these types of questions, right? And by asking these types of questions, you're going to be able to uncover the why that I'm talking about here. Because once you understand why, once you could identify these patterns, you're going to be allowed to move on to this next step, which is doubling down. All right? This is really, really crucial and really, really key. All right. This is what separates pages that just grow at an average speed versus pages that we were just looking at, which grow 130,000 followers within a month. It's because they know how to analyze the data and how to double down. All right. Most pages, they just post their daily video or 2 videos a day or whatever, and then they just continue posting. Sometimes their videos do good, sometimes they don't do good, and they're like, oh, well, it's just the algorithm, let's just see. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and seeing what works. Yes, you could see some success that way, but where you could really see success, where you could really grow the fastest, is if you understand how to analyze the data and double down, right? So a lot of people, they get let's say, one really viral video, and then they're like, oh, cool, that's a viral video. And then they sort of just continue doing what they're doing, just posting, more videos, kind of guessing, maybe this one will go viral, maybe this one won't, whatever, let's see. That's just half-assing it, you know what I mean? You want to dissect that viral reel as much as you can, and then figure out, let's say, what patterns they have in common, right, of that viral video to your other high-performing videos, and then you're going to want to remodel your highest-performing content according to the data, all right? So once you ask yourself these questions right here, and once you identify some patterns, right? So for example, you might have one really viral reel, let's say over the first couple weeks or first month of posting, and then you're just going to want to ask these questions for that exact viral reel. But if you don't have a outlier reel, and you just have content that fits within a certain range, you're just going to want to look at the highest performing content and then ask yourself these questions, all right? But once you ask yourself these questions, whether it's for the viral reel or whether it's for your higher performing content on average, then that's going to really give you an idea of what those patterns are and what things pretty much, like I said, it's Instagram telling you what works well, what you should do more of, and what your viewers want to see. So again, take that data seriously, and what you're going to want to do is double down on it once you've identified why it's went viral or why it's performed well. All right. So simply remodel your highest performing content according to the data. All right. So once you have this viral video, once you have videos or pieces of content that perform higher than average, dissect it, figure out why it went viral. And once you do that, you're going to be able to remodel that video over and over and over again, right? It's a formula, right? Going viral isn't luck, guys. Sorry to tell you, it is a skill, and this is the skill right here once you learn how to do this. Because once you see a reel go viral and you could dissect and analyze and reverse engineer exactly why it went viral, then you could do it time and time and time and time and time again. All right. This is why I've been able to do this across multiple pages myself, grow hundreds of thousands of followers. This is why the people that I work with are also able to get tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers as well. It's by this process right here, reverse engineering virality, so you could do it consistently, time and time and time again. All right. And this is how you do it. So once you find certain things in common that these high performing videos have in common, or like the viral video, like for example, let's just say the hook of your best videos, or maybe when someone asks a question at the beginning of it, right? The emotion maybe that you find that is triggered in the highest performing videos or pieces of content is like some sort of deep emotion, where it's like sort of deep and dark an ominous sort of vibe, right? Maybe the person featured in it is always some sort of celebrity. Maybe they're an actor, maybe they're a rapper, something like this. Maybe it's a very slow paced video as well. Maybe it's like a deep, dark sort of ambient, spacey sound, right? Once you identify these patterns, then you're going to be able to do what I said right here, which is sort of remodel the piece of content or the pieces of content that performed well, right? So once you identify why it did, then you could sort of remodel it time and time again. And that's how you're going to more predictably and consistently get more and more viral videos. And what that's going to do is cause a snowball effect on your page. All right. It's going to cause your page to grow exponentially. This is how you grow the fastest to 10K followers and beyond. Okay. What a lot of people do, a big mistake I see is, like I said earlier, they get their first viral video or they see some pieces of content perform above average on their page. And then they sort of just keep on doing whatever they were doing and sort of hoping for the best, right? That's not what you guys are going to want to do. You're going to want to actually analyze the content, analyze the data, dissect exactly why these pieces of content or singular piece of content went viral, reverse engineer it, and that's how you're going to be able to do it time and time and time again and actually take advantage of that momentum, right? So some pages, they get one viral video and then they're like excited. They're like, oh, I'm growing, I'm getting thousands of followers a day, whatever. And then it slows down and it like plateaus and they're like, they feel stuck again, right? Whereas if you get that first viral video and you quickly dissect why it went viral, and then you post more videos like that are, again, proven to work based off something that's already worked, that's how you really take advantage and leverage that momentum that you got from that first viral video and start the snowball effect and this exponential growth of your page, which is how you see these pages getting thousands, tens of thousands of followers a day while you're stuck at, 10 followers a day. You know what I mean? This is the difference here. Okay. So yeah, guys, this is essentially the whole process right here. You're going to want to pick your niche, post content within that niche, analyze the data after a certain period of time, typically first couple weeks or the first month. And then once you do that, you're going to want to double down on what's performing best for you. All right. And keep in mind, guys, this isn't a process that ends after the first month. This is a process that you're going to consistently circle back to as you're growing your theme page. Your first month, your first 2 months, your first 6 months, your first 12 months. I would get into the habit of every single couple weeks or every single month looking back at your data, trying to see the patterns of what works and what doesn't work, and doubling down on what's performing well, because that's how you're going to more predictably and more consistently go viral. Okay, so yeah, this is the whole process, guys. Hopefully this was valuable to you. And if you guys want my help with doing this, if you want to be able to scale to your first 10K followers and beyond, then just check the link at the top of the description. This isn't going to be for everyone. This is only for people who are actually serious and committed to growing their Instagram theme page and actually building a strong source of income from it. But if that is you, then take a look at the top link in the description, see if it's a right fit for you, and we could go from there. But aside from that, guys, hopefully this video was valuable to you. I'm glad that you stayed towards the end. And also drop me any comments in the comment section if something wasn't clear, if you have any questions, or if you have any concepts or videos that you'd want to see in the future. I'll consider those. But aside from that, that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you for staying to the end, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, whatever it is for you. All right? Peace.